So it wasn't directly, it didn't start with escorting, it started with webcamming. And I think that's for a lot of girls how it starts, especially younger girls. So I think that was definitely the start of it. And once you start doing things like that, it then leads to other things such as escorting. And that was underage, we were about 17. Because at that age, it's hard. In Norfolk, there's not that many jobs for people at that age. I think a lot of it was boredom. Like, I think living in an area like that, I think some people would go out in the evening, they could just go to the park with their friends, but that's not something we could do. If we wanted to meet up with people, we had to cycle to their house or get our parents to drop us off. Yeah, so it was basically a platform, someone who was running a platform where you could cam with someone who you didn't see. You could cam with someone online, and we were promised to be paid through this website. So that's how we started. And I can't remember how we found out, but we basically found out we were being scammed essentially, and we never got any money from it. At the time, we probably thought we were being keeping it on the down low, but we were quite open about it, posting things on social media. I wouldn't say there's a certain type of person, because some of them are older and some of them are younger. So yeah, it's I guess someone who just has an interest for young girls, because I think you could tell at that time we were young. I think some people knew that we weren't 18. I think when I look back at it, I wouldn't have changed anything, but I do think that it's not something, I don't think it's a positive thing for us at that age being aware of these things. But I think there's a difference between awareness and doing things that are illegal and you shouldn't be doing. I think it's good to be aware that these things go on, but I don't think we should have been getting involved. My parents didn't know anything, and still to this day don't know anything about the sex industry, but how I've been involved in the sex industry. So it was through a friend. She was already working for an agency, so I decided that I'd sign up with that agency and go for it. It's a lot easier than you think. There's a lot of agencies online, so you just go onto their website, send them a quick message. I didn't even have an interview because I was doing it for a friend. They didn't check my ID. An agency is basically the middleman in getting you clients. I'd like to say they protect you, but I don't think they do. They know when you've got a client there, and you're supposed to text when the client arrives, when the client leaves. But if you don't text when the client leaves, there's no fuss, and I think that there should be more fuss. If you haven't texted that someone hasn't left the premises, then there should be a bit of concern. So they should protect you, but I don't think they offer much in the way of protection. It's more a way of them making money, because they're taking a 30% cut from what you earn, and sometimes a cut for rent as well if you're working from one of their buildings. So a lot of agencies probably charge around £50 to £60 for half an hour, then £100 for an hour. So if you're charging £100 an hour, you get 70 of that 100. It's not how it is in the movies. Well, in some cases it might be. For some agencies, like more high-end agencies, it probably is more like that. But for the majority of agencies, it's people who are booking for half an hour or an hour, coming in, doing whatever they've come to do, and then off they go again, which for some people might be a bit strange, but for me I got a real buzz out of it, and I think it's just how it was. I think it was doing something that other people didn't know about, doing something that is physical, and also doing something that's bringing a lot of money in. So I think they were the kind of three main reasons why I got such a buzz that you don't get from other kind of industries. I quite enjoyed it. I quite enjoyed the idea of opening the door and it could be anyone there. Like, there were some real characters, some really nice people. I've met people of all walks of life. So yeah, it was definitely one of the thrills of doing the job. Varies from client to client. There'd be some clients that would come in and even though you only see them for half an hour, you feel like you kind of know them in a way because you're seeing a part of them that not many other people see. I think it's a different kind of relationship when you're seeing someone in such a vulnerable kind of situation. The whole time I was working, I worked from 8 in the evening till 2 in the morning. Probably saw about 10 people, back-to-back 15-minute gaps, and I just loved it. I absolutely loved it. I remember afterwards getting dropped off back home, going to McDonald's on the way, and just sitting there with a handful of cash thinking, okay, this is a good way of making money. Yeah. I think it was because I was working with someone I know. We were both in the building, which is actually illegal to have more than one girl working from a building at the same time, which I personally think is a ridiculous law because safety in numbers. I think we were aware of the dangers, we just didn't think about them all. Me myself, I didn't think about the dangers. I never worried. I didn't think, oh, today I could go to work and not come home from work. So my family, none of my family know. That's something still to this day they don't know. My friends, my close friends know. It's not something that I'm ashamed of. It's something that I'm happy to discuss. I love talking about it. And there have been times when I've said things and I've kind of got a strange reaction and I've been like, excuse me, why are you judging me for something that I've done that you know nothing about? Yeah, it was really hard because I hate lying. And it was hardest lying to my mom because I had to explain where all this money was coming from, how I was affording to go away, how I was affording to live, travel. So that was the hardest part. So I've worked for 2 agencies, one which was run by males and one which was run by females, and I think that does make a massive difference. The agency run by males, they weren't very professional at all, kind of making comments that they'd want to sleep with us and things like that. We never did, but I think because of that type of industry, there isn't the same line there would be in other industries. With the women, I never actually met the woman who ran the business. It was always through other people that she'd send information to us. So her husband would come pick up the money from us. The interview was done by someone else. Progression from that was basically a thought of why are we paying an agency 30% when we can do it ourselves? Like, we had a lot of returning customers who were like, why are we still paying fees when now we're doing all the work to keep them returning? So yeah, at that stage we knew that we were big names in the industry and that he needed us more than we needed him. So we had our business heads on and we basically told him. So I did a lot of different jobs after I worked in the sex industry. I moved back home and I did a variety of things and then decided to go back to university. So I took up a master's at Cambridge and studied there. I think with everything you do in life impacts the way you see yourself. And I think in this instance, it's made me more confident. It's opened my eyes up to so many different people and interactions, and it's just shown me, I think it's just made me more aware of the world we live in. World is my oyster. Just completed my master's at Cambridge and now I'm applying for a range of different jobs. So I've got a lot of options.